so much for joining me. In today's video, I have my March update for Pan Those Eyeshadows. This was a project that was created by Alexi, but I am following along with Lainey from Makeup with Lainey. She created a set of 100 prompts, and I have removed the duplicates, and I have been randomly generating a prompt to pick out my eyeshadows. So yes, you heard me right. I am doing the picking, although I may randomize one palette. I haven't decided. We'll see how we feel once I get further into this. Okay, so if you remember, I was working on the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty. I cannot say beauty. It's always booty. She's always going to be Huda Booty in my brain, and I apologize. Okay. I was working on two shades in the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette that I received for Christmas, and I think I showed you guys in a couple of videos where the shade Cherish had those little bumps, and then I got hard pan, and I scraped most of that out and tried to keep using it, and it just wouldn't perform. It just would not perform. So I reached out to Huda, and they were great. Like one of the best customer service experiences I've ever had. They asked for pictures. I sent pictures. She wrote back, she's like, we're gonna get right on this. We want you to send it to Italy. We'll pay for it. So it went to Italy, and she's like, once it ships, then we'll dispatch a new one. And it took about a week and a half for that whole progress because she's not in the US. Where are they, Dubai? I'm not sure where the, their customer service is at, but it's not in the US because our times were way off. But anyway, so I got that in the mail, but I had such good progress, such good tips. So those were two shadows that are no longer in this project. And I'd asked on my community page, hey, should I do an update or should I just work on what I've got? And you guys unanimously said work on what I got. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm going to update you on the 4 that I have left. One of those 4 is being rolled out. Not because I hit pan and not because I hit my usage goal of 25 uses. I'll explain in just a second. And like I said, we'll be rolling in 3 new eyeshadows. So let's start with the one that is rolling out. So I had rolled in my Nomad Cosmetics. So I rolled this for prompt number 28 on mine, which was a gray shadow, and it was matte. And as I started using this, so I used this initially 6 times in the last update, and I've only used it 1 time since. And that's because this is not a matte shadow. It's not a matte shadow. This is a satin. Can you see how shiny it is? It's a satin. And because I was like, why am I having such a hard time with it looking so shiny in my crease? Don't get me wrong. I don't mind having it like a shimmery crease if that's the look I'm going for. But for some reason, I just could not get this to behave like a matte. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it out. I haven't been reaching for it. It barely shows up on my skin anyway. It just kind of leaves a sheen in that area. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it out. But yeah, I used it 7 times. So yeah, I'm just going to roll it out. I'm not going to give myself vetoes or anything like that. I know a lot of people are a bit more strict with their rules. That's not what this is about for me. This is about forcing me, or not forcing me. This is about me wanting to get more use out of my eyeshadow palettes. And if you watched my makeup confessional with all of the unused palettes in my collection, you kind of know why. You kind of know why. Okay, but staying in this palette, I rolled in the yellow shimmer, which is this one, and I'll insert footage so you can see the dip, but I've only used this 3 times. Yeah, 3 times? Yeah. This is really, really pretty. I should have worn it today. It's the second one I've said, oh, I should have worn it today. What look was that? I'll try to remember to insert looks. Did I wipe that off or did I use it? I don't remember. Like I tried it over that dark gray base and I just couldn't get it to work like I wanted to, but it's a really pretty shift. That was the issue I was having. I couldn't make it smooth. So I ended up going over it with a Terra Moons shadow because I just could not get this to be smooth on my lid at all. But it's really pretty. I am going to continue working on that shade. Again, I've made a ton of progress. It's a really pretty topper shade. And I don't want to withdraw things just to withdraw things. It has to be for a really good reason, and not, number one, a shade not showing up and just leaving a sheen. It's just not what I signed up for. I thought I was picking a gray matte. Little did I know that was no, Missy, no. Okay. Next was a shade that starts with C. That was the Cherish in the Rose Quartz. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one too. I have my laptop down me, sorry. I should probably set that first. Okay. Next is a shade that starts with J, and I had pulled in this. This is Jelly from the Glamlight donut palette that I depotted. I depotted all those palettes, if you didn't know. All of the big food ones, at least. I have used this 3 times since the last update for a total of 7. And it's got a dip. It doesn't have a great dip, but it's getting a dip. Anytime you see me in pink, this is on my eyeballs. So it's making progress, but we're not quite there yet. This is probably going to be one that rolls out at 25 uses. I'm not rolling it out because I need a pink. I'm painting a lot of pinks. In case you haven't noticed my last few looks, they've been either pink or orange. So yeah, so this one is staying in. And again, I'm at 10 uses. This one was for a yellow shadow, which was a shimmer. And, oh, no, a shadow that starts with S. I brought in this. This is my That's Tote palette. And I've been working on this shade Slated. And I just rolled this in last update, I believe. And I have used this 7 times. It's really pretty. I think this is like their Super Shock formula, but it's more like Seismic, which is a topper, which is their Super Shock cheek, like highlighter. This feels like a Super Shock like that, but it's really thin. It's more of a, I guess I should have put these on. What am I doing? Messy, leave them on. Okay, so that's Slated. I don't think you're right. And I'm trying to stick with mostly mattes. Of course, the last 2 I pulled in have been shimmers. Because if you guys follow me, you know I'm painting a ton of shimmers in my Beauty A to Z palette. So there's the pink, that's Jelly. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. Body too bootylicious for you, babe. That's probably really old by now. That's not my favorite song by her. Wait, that was Destiny's Child. Check on me, check on it. There's the yellow. Check on me, check on it. What is the song? I don't remember. Ooh, boy, you're looking like you like what you see. Won't you come over and check up on it? Roll in. I was doing 6. Am I going to continue to do 6? Let's see. I have, how many? 1 through 83. So I'm going to pull up my random number generator and we will see. Okay. 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 60, which is a shadow that starts with T. 77. A purple shimmer. I am going to re-roll for that one because I am working on 5 purple shimmers, and that is plenty. 61. A shadow that starts with U. Oy vey. So T. A shadow that starts with T and a shadow that starts with U. So if you missed, let me mark these before I forget. Missy, shut up and mark them. If you missed, let's mark them with a different color so I know they came in new. If you missed it, in my last makeup confessional, I shared with you all of the eyeshadow palettes in my collection that have gone unused. Not just I didn't use them last year, I mean they've never been touched in their lives in my collection. And that number is 61 palettes. And it is, pull up my spreadsheet, 61 palettes and 772 eyeshadows. So what I have deemed necessary is anytime that I am doing either a prompt in a different project about an eyeshadow, or in this project or in my project level up, I have to pull in a palette I've never used before. That's not going to really matter so much in this project because like I'd never used the Donut palette before. I'd never used the Nomad. I'd actually pulled this into Child of the 90s for No Pan Left Behind. I don't even think I'd used the That's Taupe. So for this particular, it won't really matter as much, but like I'd picked a couple of palettes for Project Level Up that I've already used. So what this means is I am gonna, have to see what I can bring in that starts with a T and a U. So let me go do that and I will be right back. Okay, this was way harder than I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, okay, so for the first prompt, which I think was the letter T, I think it was the letter T, 60 and then 61. Yeah, it would have to be. I'm going to bring in this. This is the Makeup Revolution Tropical Twilight. This was their collaboration with Tammy, who's Tammy Clark. And I have my pick of either Twilight or Tropical. And I think I'm going to go with the deeper version of Twilight. So my goal, as I've mentioned, is to hit pan or use it 25 times. So that's the color of Twilight. And then for the letter U, I am getting into the Radiant Reflection palette from Talia and Sydney Grace, which I have not used. And I'm going to bring in this shade right here. This is called, I'm blinding you, I'm sorry, Unstoppable Love. And I was trying to find one that would work because I really wanted to pop it out. But I couldn't find a T matte that I was interested in. So this, this did not swatch well, but this is Jelly from Glamlight. This is Slated from the That's Taupe. This is that Yellow Shimmer from the Nomad Tokyo palette. This is Twilight from Tammy X Revolution. And then this is Unstoppable Love from Sydney Grace. Excuse me, I'm Talia. Okay, so I've decided I do want to go ahead and roll in a random palette. So I've got 2 to 62 in my randomizer. Here we go. 45. 45 is the Glamlight Dirty Olive. Apparently I'm destined to do greens. Okay, so I am going to pick the color Classic, which is this blue matte right here. I'm literally not working. Do I want to do that one or mix it up? No, we're going to go ahead and go with Classic. I have a couple of like blue greens that I need to use in my Beauty A to Z palette, and I don't have any to work on. So, this is a color story. Again, this is the Glamlight Jelly from the Donut, Slated from the That's Taupe from ColourPop, the Yellow Shimmer from the Nomad Tokyo palette. This is Twilight from the Tammy X Revolution. This is Unconditional Love from the Sydney Grace Talia. And this is Classic from the Dirty Martini palette from Glamlight. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. This took a little bit longer than I thought it might. I'm not sure why, but it sure did. So that's it. I will leave a link to Lainey along with her prompts in the description box down below. Make sure you check out everybody that is doing this. Literally click the Pan Those Eyeshadows hashtag and you will have thousands of videos to watch because so many people do this project. It's so stinking popular. But that's it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you will consider subscribing, and I hope that you have a fabulous day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. That is a color story of color stories.